They're both picking the Spurs to go 35-0.
Go Spurs, go!
By the way, Boris Diaw is starting. Tim Duncan coming off the bench. Klay Thompson, he's averaging 22 points, 47% shooting. Career highs for him. He loves this game. Enjoy it on ABC.
Why do I play the game? Because I've loved it since I was a child. It's something I fell in love with, as a little kid, because not only does it teach you how to be diligent and work hard on the court, but it teaches you life lessons as far as teamwork, communicating with people, and, working towards one common goal.
Goes for the three and got it!
I really do love this game, and I respect it, and it's taken me to so many great places around the world, and it's just so much fun to play.
NBA Saturday Primetime comes to you once again from San Antonio, Texas, home of the Spurs, still undefeated at home at 34-0, but they're still looking up at the record-setting Golden State Warriors. It's the regular season matchup of the season. It's the Golden State Warriors facing the San Antonio Spurs as we welcome you to NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by La Quinta. A sellout crowd at the AT&T Center. One of the most anticipated matchups in recent NBA history. And again, not overhyping it, one of the best regular season matchups in the 70-year history of the league, because Golden State at 62-6 on pace to break the all-time record of the 95-96 Bulls. Tim Duncan and the Spurs also having one of the great seasons in NBA history at 58-10. A combined 104 games over 500. Two franchises having two of the greatest regular seasons ever, and they happen to be doing it in the same year. Our starting lineups brought to you by Taco Bell, and some changes. First for Golden State, Andrew Bogut out. He suffered a toe injury, so Steve Kerr going small with Brandon Rush starting. Draymond Green will start at the 5. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, they're doing some changes, last-minute changes. Tim Duncan's going to come off the bench, so Boris Diaw will start with Aldridge Leonard up front. And for Tim Duncan, in 19 years of NBA career, it's only the third time he's come off the bench. The previous two, one was because he just came back from injury, and another because it was the second game of a back-to-back, and Greg Popovich said, I want him in the fourth quarter. In both games, he had 20-10 games. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts tonight. And again, one of the most highly anticipated games of this regular season. Parker drives past Barnes. Quick layup, missed it. Rebound taken by Green.
Do you know how few great players, as Curry finds Rush for a layup, would accept coming off the bench? That to me says everything about Tim Duncan's basketball character.
You really can't minimize his unselfishness coming off the bench.
Leonard's has it poked away. Green out to Thompson. Thompson, the first three of the night, too strong. Ball tipped and taken by Aldridge. This is the second meeting. The first one was January 25th. Spurs got blown out as the ball bounces off Parker. It was a bludgeoning 120-90 in Oakland. Duncan didn't play in that game. And that ended the Spurs' 13-game winning streak.
I don't want to make it a throwaway line when you talk about coach, because coaching and playing in this league, we've seen guys that would say, okay, no problem, but roll their eyes and say something totally different with their body language or their approach to the game.
I mean, to me, it's unbelievable. And I think right now, San Antonio has to make LaMarcus Aldridge a post-up threat every time down the court.
Barnes, nice defense on Diaw. Better offense from the veteran from France. And the Spurs get on the board.
And we've seen them successful posting up Boris Diaw also. So they have both weapons being able to post up in Aldridge and Diaw.
Thompson's shot is short. There's a nice save as Parker comes the other way. Parker aggressively penetrates. Back out Aldridge. Golden State played last night in Dallas. Scored 130 against the Mavericks. Leonard kicks it back out Parker. Parker pass inside, and LaMarcus Aldridge gives the Spurs their first lead.
Yeah, the Spurs, that's two very good possessions. One on the block, and that time dribble penetration.
And this from outside on Curry's first shot. Last game Spurs played was Thursday against Portland. Parker had a terrific game, 18 points, season high, 16 assists as they beat the Blazers for their 5th straight win. Parker from downtown. Leonard, the offensive rebound over Rush. Kicks it back out. Aldridge. Mark, as a player, when you play in these type of games, matchups, the two best teams in the league, is there extra adrenaline? Does it mean more, or do you just try and take it as another game?
You like to say you're trying to take it as another game, but you can't fool yourself. You're well aware of the fact that this is a game against the two best teams in basketball, and chances are they're going to see each other down the road. So you don't fool yourself. You tell the truth and look forward to the excitement of competing.
Great corner from the corner from Rush. And Brandon Rush, who started a bunch of games earlier this season when Barnes was out with a sprained ankle, getting the call here. As Steve Kerr goes small, he's missing some key players up front. Parker. Thompson battling for the rebound. Both teams 2 for 7 to start from the field. They're the two best shooting teams in the NBA. But also two of the best defensive teams. And that's what makes this matchup so much fun. You look at Golden State, they're the most potent offense. San Antonio, the stingiest defense.
And to me, you look at the chess match. Not only does Popovich go small, but puts Kawhi Leonard on Draymond Green, allowing him to defend the pick and roll instead of putting Aldridge on him, which would be a hand and a tremendous challenge.
Rush. That rolls off the rim. Diaw the rebound. Aldridge down low. Good double team. Leonard somehow comes up with it. Throws it back up top to Diaw. Shot clock down to 7. Aldridge has Curry on him, but they can't get it to him. Shot clock at 3. Diaw's going to have to put up a jumper and nails it. Golden State this year on the road, 30-6. A franchise record for road wins. Thompson can't finish. Aldridge the rebound. Thompson 0 for 4 to start. Diaw wants to post up. Barnes is a good defender at the 4 spot. As Diaw hops across and bangs it in. Boris Diaw 3 for 3 to start.
But even though Barnes is a good defender, Boris Diaw is a skilled big man. He uses angles and takes advantage. We've seen it. This is what he does. And not only that, he's an outstanding passer out of the post also.
Barnes finds Thompson, and Thompson gets on the board on a pretty pass from Harrison Barnes. And Greg Popovich very upset, calls timeout. Did not like that lapse defensively. 5 minutes in, a good start between the league's two best.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC.
Let's check out tonight's breakthrough performance brought to you by Metro PCS. Last time the Warriors won a regular season game, February of '97. That's 32 in a row. Almost hard to believe. How far away? Tim Duncan was a senior in college at Wake Forest. Greg Popovich just secured his 9th career NBA head coaching win. Del Curry was still in the league, and Steph was only 8 years old. Steve Kerr just came off a championship with the 72-10 Bulls. Amazing, although they did win, Mark, as you certainly remember, back in 2013 in the playoffs. But still, regular season to go that long. It's a tough building for a lot of people as Thompson saves it. Barnes has it knocked away.
I love those Little League pictures where you got down in your fielding stance that Steph Curry was in. Those were nice.
Kawhi Leonard on the tip. His first field goal.
Did you play Little League?
I did.
What position?
Second. I couldn't make the throw from short.
Curry launches a three. Brandon Rush gets it back. And that misses. 1 for 6 from downtown for Golden State. The best three-point shooting team in the league. But again, San Antonio is the best, has the best three-point defense. DL again, posting up Barnes, using his strength. And fouled on the pass. Barnes is going to pick up the personal. That's his first. What makes San Antonio's defense so good in terms of defending the three?
Well, it's not just defending the three. They defend the three and they don't foul. Their closeouts are good. They're big at the rim, so they don't have to give as much help on drives and coming off perimeter shooters. But it's also great basketball intelligence as well.
Aldridge on a gorgeous pass from Boris Diaw. And San Antonio up by 5.
Exactly what we were talking about. The weapon that he is, not just scoring, but making plays for his teammates out of the post.
Thompson's pass up to Green. Right back to Thompson. Look at a post up Parker. Turns, shoots, and scores. Well, like the first matchup, the Spurs were shorthanded. Golden State shorthanded. No Bogut, as we mentioned. Andre Iguodala still out with a sprained ankle, and Festus Ezeli still out with a knee surgery as Curry comes up with a steal. So 3 important front court members for Golden State out. Curry flips it up and lays it in.
And Bogut, Mike, you mentioned it. He had an MRI. To miss this type of game, you know he must be in extreme pain.
Again, Duncan missed that first game. That's still one of the impressive things about San Antonio. They're 58-10, and they've had some injuries during the course of this year with Duncan and Ginobili. Aldridge. And LaMarcus Aldridge, he has been on a tear last couple of months, especially here recently in March.
Well, he's an elite power forward, elite player in this league. And he recognizes that he struggled last time these two teams met.
Leonard off the fake. Gets in the paint. And draws the foul. Barnes was in the vicinity. And free throws coming up for Kawhi Leonard. So Barnes picks up his second personal foul. And again, with them being shorthanded up front, an important pickup. Right now, Barnes staying in the game. Steve Kerr talking to his assistant coaches. Chance of MVP for Kawhi Leonard. Coming up, national TV games, NBA TV tomorrow. Knicks and Kings, TNT Tuesday, special Tuesday doubleheader. Oklahoma City hosting Houston, Lakers and Memphis, and then ESPN Wednesday, Knicks and Bulls. And a terrific matchup, Clippers and the Warriors. So the first foul difficulty for Golden State. 2 early fouls on Harrison Barnes. Timeout here in the first. Welcome back to NBA Saturday Primetime. Presented by La Quinta here in San Antonio. Spurs up 4. And the surprise starter off to an excellent start, Mark.
We've seen a steady diet of post-up plays for Boris Diaw, and he's not settling. Gets to his spot on his terms and makes plays continuously. This time they dare him to make the shot, does that, but goes back to reliable. On the block, lets everybody get out of his way, and then it's one-on-one time. Capitalize. Then when you do try to help, the lob pass to LaMarcus Aldridge. A stellar play out of the post. Diaw having his way off to a great start.
You see, it's only the third time he started this season. He only averages 6 points and 3 boards, plays about 18 minutes. But as you said, Mark, such a good playmaker, so strong. Gets his first rest as Tim Duncan, for just the third time in his entire career, comes off the bench. Also in the game, Patty Mills, Manu Ginobili. As Green looks, most Spates has come out for Golden State, and Spates called for a moving screen. Sean Livingston also in for the first time. Steve Kerr, technical foul. He is red hot. And Eric Lewis, Leandro Barbosa has to hold him back. Boy, Kerr really fired up. He felt he was being held, his player was. And Leonard will shoot the technical free throw.
And Ginobili was laughing as being a former teammate as Steve Kerr walked by. And he did have his arms wrapped around. I don't know if it's a foul, but Steve Kerr, I think, is trying to get some passion into his team early in this game.
Steve Kerr, who played for the Spurs on 2 different occasions, won 2 titles as a member of the Spurs playing for Greg Popovich. Leonard shoots. Can't get it to fall. Spates the rebound. Spates has been terrific off the bench. That time Livingston pass deflected. Actually, a big part of both these teams' success has been just superb play from their bench. Air ball that time from Spates.
You look at the adjustment. Last time the Spurs tried to run with the Warriors. This time it's a steady diet of post-up quality offensive trips. When you miss, it's okay because they're not able to push the ball where they hurt you clearly in transition.
Draymond Green took his eyes off it. And a turnover. That's 4. In the last game between the two, it was San Antonio that had 26 turnovers. Part of that 30-point loss. Duncan to Mills. Mills has had a couple of good games in a row recently. Aldridge too strong, and Barbosa grabs it. A veteran bench with Barbosa, Livingston, Spates, normally Iguodala. Klay Thompson trying to get free. Boy, excellent rotation defensively. Green hits the three-pointer. And a foul down low. I believe it's going to be on Patty Mills. And battling against Klay Thompson as Green knocks down the three-pointer. We're going to take a look at the play. Make sure the foul came after the shot attempt. Yep. Our crew chief is Danny Crawford. Eric Lewis to his left, number 42.
Well, Coach, has always been talked about who could beat the Warriors. I don't know who it is, but whichever team has a chance, you've got to be disciplined on both sides of the floor. If you're not, you don't stand a chance to beat this team. This is a great basketball team.
And that was actually a very good defensive sequence by San Antonio. You have to live with something. I think they're perfectly fine living with Draymond Green shooting semi-contested threes. And if he makes those, Golden State has a great chance to come in here and win the game.
Now they call no basket after looking at the replay.
But to me, looking at the replay, it was clear that basket should have counted.
Yeah.
And it should have been a foul.
You can't go against the replay booth in Secaucus.
Another foul. This one away from the ball. The foul was on Patty Mills as he was boxing out or wrestling with Thompson down low. Kyle Anderson's going to come in. That latest whistle, the foul is on Kawhi Leonard. Anderson comes in for Aldridge. Aldridge at 6 points. He's already scored more tonight than he did in the first game, which was his worst game of the season. He only had 5 points in Oakland. Barbosa leans in and draws the foul. Mills picks up his second. Golden State to the line. NBAtickets.com, the official source of all NBA tickets, even for sold-out games. Start your search now at NBAtickets.com, where tickets always authentic and always available. And that's good news for Warrior fans around the country. It has been unbelievable to see how many Warrior fans show up at visiting arenas, show up en masse. Steph Curry's heard MVP chants on the road. Often you're on the road with the Warriors, and the Warrior fans are louder than the home fans. Not the case here tonight.
And not to get off subject, but Patty Mills picks up his second foul, and Popovich, instead of going back to Tony Parker or the veteran Andre Miller, goes to Kevin Martin. So now he's putting the ball in the hands of Ginobili. Patty Mills on cue, running back to the table to come back into this ball game.
Martin playing in just his 5th game with San Antonio. Anderson's pass deflects off the bottom of the backboard. Here's Thompson, drives on Ginobili. Barbosa, pass to Green. Green down the lane. Draymond Green with his first field goal. Again, that three-pointer was taken away. And Golden State back within 3. Anderson, short jumper. Green will try another three-pointer. Not that time. Green much improved shooting, career high numbers all across the board, but he's really improved his outside shot. Although the last several weeks, as Ginobili puts it up, that one's in and out. Two teams now are combined 1 for 11 from downtown.
And you're right, Mike. In the last few weeks, Draymond Green's seen his three-point percentage go down to where it probably is, in that 37-38% range. The basketball analytics people would call that regression to the mean, Mike.
Do you say that with affection?
Yes.
Whistle and a foul. Ginobili upset. Green drew the foul on him. It's first on Ginobili. First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Warriors so good at underneath out of bounds, getting layups or dunks out of it. Ginobili called for grabbing Draymond Green. When you talk about Draymond Green regressing as a shooter, to me, if you're playing against him, you got to be willing to give up something. And it's proven that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are all-time great shooters. So you have to be disciplined enough to say, if you're going to beat me, it's going to be on my terms.
And you can't take away everything, but you got to take away something.
Livingston takes it away from Duncan. Livingston down the lane, high off the glass. Green on the tip and a foul. Draymond Green, who fills the stat sheet as well as anybody in the league. Beautiful follow and a chance to tie it at the free throw line.
Draymond Green doing the things that he does on a nightly basis. The dirty work, grinding, crashing the offensive boards. Big time finish with the contact.
And I'll tell you how valuable this guy is. How many MVPs like Curry don't play the most minutes on his team? Draymond Green plays the most minutes on this team because of his versatility defensively, his passing ability, and his rebounding.
Duncan seals down low. Duncan shot short. And Klay Thompson grabs the rebound. Thompson scored 39 last night in Dallas. Hit 10 threes. Was red hot against the Mavericks. Spates tips it over to Barbosa for an open look. Anderson the long rebound. Right now, just 16 points for Golden State. The lowest they've scored in the first quarter all season is 18. Pass inside, deflected. Livingston. Shot clock turned off. Final seconds, Livingston jumper gets it a go with 1/10 of a second remaining. And puts Golden State back up by 1. And that will end the first period. Steph Curry just 1 of 4 from the field, but his team up 1. And what is a slow, grinded out first period. Little different than the last time. First quarter complete here at San Antonio. Warriors by 1.
the second night of a back-to-back, but what did you think of that first quarter start for you guys?
Well, I liked our effort. You know, we were really flying around defensively. Obviously, we're shorthanded, so we're going to play a lot of people. We're going to have to make some shots if we're going to win, so we're kind of fortunate to be ahead without making many.
You mentioned being shorthanded because of injury. You've had to go with a smaller lineup. How does that impact what you have to do tonight?
Well, the Spurs are so good defensively, so, you know, going small opens up the floor a little bit. Hopefully gives Steph a little more room to work with, but, you know, we'll get some more traditional lineups as we go.
All right, thanks for your time. Mike.
All right, Lisa, well, technically picked up Dave. It inspired his team. They went on a 7-0 run to end the first. Spurs didn't score the last 4 minutes of the period, and now Golden State gets the first two here in the second. Patty Mills' jump shot won't go. Duncan the rebound. Diaw, Danny Green, and Ginobili also out there for San Antonio. James, as the foul's called, basket will not count. James Michael McAdoo, a second-year player out of North Carolina, getting some minutes again with no Iguodala, no Bogut, and no Ezeli.
That last possession for the Warriors, post-up play for Mo Spates, who's played outstanding for this Warriors team.
Ginobili knocks down the three. First three-pointer of the game for San Antonio. They shoot the three well, just don't certainly take as many as Golden State, take more than any team in the league. Livingston shooting over Patty Mills, short. McAdoo, offensive rebound. Nice pass, McAdoo throws it down. Beautiful feed from Livingston, and Steve Kerr loves this kid. He's just 23. Wasn't drafted out of Carolina. Did not play a heck of a lot last year, getting more minutes every once in a while this year. Knocks it away, but a reach-in foul called on McAdoo. And that's his second.
It's going to be on the top 10 plays. Beautiful pocket pass by Livingston, and then left hand throwing it down.
Didn't know you were the coordinator for the top 10 plays.
I'm the suggester, not a coordinator. You saying that's not?
No, I didn't argue with that. I just didn't know that you qualified to give input and make suggestions.
Patty Mills, a high arcing three over Anderson Varejao, who just checked in. Varejao going to get some extra minutes now with Bogut, although Bogut's toe injury not expected to keep him out very long. It's not that serious. Curry blocked by Green. They're doubling Curry out on the three-point line. Curry drives inside, wild pass, stolen by Ginobili. And Ginobili fouled by Barbosa, who grabs him to make sure he's okay. They are swarming Steph Curry when he touches the ball.
Does a good job of being active, supporting one another, block shot, pursuing, making them beat you on your terms. So it's not one-on-one. Danny Green is doing his job. Once he goes by him, the other guys have to respond.
Patty Mills kicks it out to Diaw. Extra pass to Green. Duncan the offensive rebound. And a new 24. This is exactly the pace that San Antonio wants. Shot blocked, but a foul. McAdoo with a nice block on Duncan. But Duncan was hit down low by, I believe it's Varejao. Varejao picks up his first, and Duncan to the line.
Varejao fouled him. McAdoo with a good block up top.
Tim Duncan, who's McAdoo with a nice play there. Now we're going to have a timeout. Yep. Steve Kerr wants to talk it over. 2.5 gone by here in the second. Spurs now with a 2-point lead. Time now for In the Zone, brought to you by AutoZone. Highest combined winning percentage head-to-head matchups in NBA history. There's been some great ones. In '96, Michael Jordan and the Bulls, Shaquille O'Neal and the Magic. That was the 72-10 season. Larry Bird and Dr. J's 76ers going at it in 1981. Gail Goodrich was the leading scorer on that Laker team. As in 1972, they had that terrific matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. See Bobby Dandridge there as well. And this one, 62-6, 58-10. The two teams that combined 104 games over 500.
Can you imagine being an NBA fan and getting to see Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar go at it?
Those were the days.
Oh my goodness, that would have been beautiful.
I got to give credit to the DJ. Having Stevie Wonder behind that was off the charts.
Very appropriate. Curry, Livingston, Ian Clark's in the game with Barnes and Varejao. Mills fights through a screen, gets right up into Curry. Curry has Duncan on him. Trying to find some room. Barnes to Clark. Clark's shot is up. I don't know if Green got a piece of it, but he certainly altered it.
Well, this has been outstanding defense in this first half by the Spurs. And the thing right now, the Warriors have 4 fouls. 1 foul from being in the bonus. I expect the Spurs to continue to pound and force the issue.
Golden State 1 for 11 from three-point range. Mills misses. Livingston the rebound. Both teams shooting in the mid-30% from the field. Barnes coming off a terrific game last night. He had 20. Too strong. Ginobili grabs it. Good game here so far to pad your rebounding stats. Ginobili's pass deflected by Livingston, and still Spurs ball. Substitutions, Leonard and Aldridge return for San Antonio, and Brandon Rush checks in for Golden State.
Coach, you could attest to this. It's not about playing the Warriors well for 15 minutes. This is a team that's explosive on the offensive end. You have to be consistent because there's a price to pay if you all take your foot off the gas pedal.
Danny Green, sweet jumper there for his first field goal.
And people talk like it's 48 minutes, but it's really more than that. It's like 2.5 hours of concentration. Any lapse in that area, in any area like that, allows Golden State to make a possible run.
Greg Popovich upset there as Ian Clark, the point guard from Belmont. Now in his third year, he's getting some, every once in a while, some decent time. Mills, Aldridge. Aldridge drives, flips it up and in. Difficult shot as he kept his balance. Different game for Aldridge than the first meeting. He's got 8 points on 4 of 8 from the field. Varejao kicks it out. Curry, quick release. Curry's 1 for 6, 0 for 5 from 3.
Can't say enough how the Spurs are closing out to bodies, forcing guys away from the three-point line.
Leonard, Aldridge, got it. 22nd timeout called by Steve Kerr. As San Antonio back up by 6, Aldridge in double figures.
LaMarcus Aldridge off to a good start. 10 points, good pick and pop play here from Leonard to Aldridge. It's where he's made his living, the mid-range game. And then as Varejao is in a closeout situation, puts it on the floor. Good balance and the right-hand finish. You see the difference from game 1 against the Warriors to tonight. Playing much more efficient, effective basketball.
His first year in San Antonio, signed that $80 million deal after 9 years and very successful, especially terrific numbers with Portland. As Curry drives, left-handed shot won't go. Aldridge the rebound. Aldridge every month getting more and more comfortable. Diaw looking to back in. And throws it out of bounds. Was it deflected? No. That's 9 turnovers. That's what's helped keeping Golden State in it despite the poor shooting. San Antonio continues to turn it over at a rapid pace. Klay Thompson back in. Draymond Green returns. Barnes off balance. Diaw throws it ahead to Mills. Green off the dribble. Gets in the paint. The floater won't go, but a foul. Free throws coming up for Danny Green. 3 fouls now on Harrison Barnes, so he's going to have to come in, and McAdoo's going to return. Meanwhile, NBA coverage on ESPN continues Wednesday doubleheader. A lot of big games for the Bulls as they try and get into that final playoff spot. We'll host the Knicks at 10:30. Terrific game. Clippers and the Warriors from Oakland. Coverage begins at 7 with NBA Countdown.
You see offensively the Spurs not falling in love with that three-point line. Good job by LaMarcus Aldridge sealing Draymond Green, and see a little push in the back. Harrison Barnes picking up his 3rd foul.
That's a soft foul, though. With all the driving that happens in these games, I think that's a play on.
Largest lead here of the first half. Steph Curry trying to get himself going. Just 1 of 7 from the field, only 2 points. Curry steps back, lost the dribble momentarily, now drives, scoop layup is good.
But again, it's on my terms if you're the Spurs. We're not allowing you to shoot the long ball, so they run him off the three-point line, and if he's going to take those tough runners and make them, they can live with it. Against great players, you got to give up something.
But I like the adjustment by Curry. If they're going to do that, he missed a wide-open left-hand layup earlier. Keep taking it to the rim.
Tony Parker guarded by Green. Shot clock winding down. Leonard's going to have to get it off. Turn, shoots. Green the rebound. 6 boards already for Green. Thompson fires away. 1 for 13 from three-point range. Leonard rifle pass inside Ulrich, and the finish. Beautiful look from Leonard. Defense. 12 points, LaMarcus Aldridge. And a foul away from the ball. We'll take a timeout. Tony Parker picks up his first. San Antonio right now up 7.
Back in San Antonio with the Spurs up 7. Defense a large part of it. Excellent job by the Spurs harassing and hounding Steph Curry. You see on baseline screens them switching to try to keep body on body, then closing out to the body square, switching the pick and roll even if it means a big is on him, and making him be a passer. So what do you do if you're Curry? Even though you're 2 for 8, this is your ticket. Go to the basket. Misses an easy one. Then again, LaMarcus Aldridge committed to taking away the 3. He gets his bucket with the little finger roll.
It has worked to near perfection early as Klay Thompson somehow manages to get that in.
But this is how good Golden State is too, Mike. With all of this, shooting 33%. Curry and Thompson, both slow starts. They're down 5 on the road to a dominant team.
Again, their defense always gets second billing for the high-scoring octane offense. 4 to shoot. Aldridge, difficult shot with Green on him. Misses. And McAdoo can't control it. New 24 for the Spurs.
This just shows you how outstanding of a team the Warriors are. Struggling, best player, Steph Curry, not having his typical first half. Everything going the Spurs' way. And it's a 5-point ball game.
Leonard adjusts, banks it in, and a foul. Kawhi Leonard with a chance for a 3-point play.
Continue to have quality trips on the offensive end. Kawhi Leonard gets into the seams. Beautiful pump fake, gets Klay Thompson in the air, takes the contact, and it's late, but the bank is open.
Jeff, you surprised how much or how good he's become offensively, Kawhi Leonard?
Absolutely. In college, he was a superior defender, rebounder. Spurs saw something. They traded for it. Then they developed it. And his work ethic, as Green travels, his work ethic is what sets him apart. Greg Popovich had a great line recently. He says he cares nothing about fame. He cares everything about greatness.
He also said to get him to be more aggressive offensively, he had to tell him, we're not running plays for Kawhi Leonard. We're running plays for the San Antonio Spurs. And And he has become much more aggressive, no longer deferring. Green, excellent defensive play. Green back out to Curry, left-handed, misses. Anderson the rebound. Outlet to Leonard, all alone. Curry in pursuit. Can't stop that. First double-digit lead of the night. And this crowd fired up. Warriors see this all the time. McAdoo, well, he's giving them some nice minutes off the bench. And Greg Popovich calls timeout.
Spurs having their way. Missed shot in transition by the Warriors. Outlet pass to Kawhi Leonard. Looking like turning back the hand of time. Talk about Dr. J. One-handed. Yes, I did say the doctor.
Deal with tonight's game changer brought to you by Benjamin Moore. LeBron and the Cavs are at Miami, but Dwayne Wade is your game changer. He scored his 20,000th point, guys. He has 24. Heat are up 30 with 7 to go. Mike Breen.
Quite a battle. Toronto's with a chance to catch Cleveland. They do own the tiebreaker. They're finished in their season series. But Atlanta all the way down to Chicago, those spots they are juggling. One winning streak or losing streak, and you can go up 3 or 4 spots or go down the same. Leonard, the drive, pulls up, shot's good. Meanwhile, Golden State, it's almost 21 minutes into this game. Little over 3 left in the half. They have only 30 points. This is a team that averages 115 points a game. Curry to Green, beautiful setup. And that's where Curry made them pay.
And that's a play out of the timeout, understanding that Curry was being trapped. So they lure him into the double team, and Draymond Green gets an easy one out of it.
Curry does average 6.5 assists per game. That's his 3rd. Leonard's jump shot. Thompson grabs it. Again, the pace has been just perfect for San Antonio. Klay Thompson posting up. Parker can't get it to fall. Thompson 3 for 9. Curry 2 for 9. Anderson inside Ginobili, lost the handle, picked up by Leonard. 6 to shoot. Parker up top. Ginobili the fake, sets, 3-pointer. It's good.
I know Tony Parker hasn't scored yet in this half, but he's played outstanding defense on this end of the floor. If you're Coach Popovich, you got to be excited about what he's doing on the defensive end.
Curry flips it over to Green. Inside Livingston, back to Green, and Green is fouled. First foul on Aldridge.
This is a tough shot. Good playmaking by Parker, but this is a tough shot. The shot fake, the one dribble, the patience to allow the defender to go by you. Ginobili turning back to the hand of time.
Curry from deep gets hit. Shot won't go. Well, the foul was called as a screen was set. Parker arguing with Ben Taylor.
But I think he pushed Sean Livingston.
That's what they're saying. The foul should be on Livingston.
No, that's not.
Livingston should be the one.
The foul is on Livingston.
Right. Tony Parker's right.
I don't understand how Steph Curry gets to shoot 3 free throws. He pushed Livingston.
Right. Parker fouled Livingston.
The foul is there. That's bad officiating right there.
Greg Popovich wants an explanation, as did Parker. Yeah, he clearly fouls Livingston. Yet Curry will shoot the 3.
And that's times, in my opinion, if you're a referee, just say, my bad, I made a mistake. Because we all make mistakes as coaches, as players, as referees.
But if we can review everything under the sun, why can't we review that? Who actually got fouled?
Ginobili lobs it in. Livingston deflects it and comes up with a steal. Livingston drives down, trying to draw a foul last minute. Flips it out to Rush. Getting up on a minute remaining in a half. Curry deflected by Leonard. Boy, this defense from San Antonio is sensational here in the first half.
But if you're Curry, you have to be driving to score. Right. No one came to help right there. Keep going. You can shoot layups.
9 to shoot. Aldridge picks up, dribbles it off his foot. Shot clock at 2. Curry from half court. And the crowd delights.
We rave about Tony Parker, but LaMarcus Aldridge, you're only as good as your big guy defending in the pick and roll if you're a point guard. And Aldridge and the bigs for the Spurs have been outstanding this entire first half.
I think that's the first time I've heard a crowd chant air ball on a half-court shot. But he hits those on a regular basis.
I wonder how many threes Curry's missed in a row at his worst stretch this year.
Well, he's 0 for 6. And he comes into the game, he's had a three-pointer in 138 consecutive games. That's the NBA record. He broke Kyle Culver's mark earlier this season. Leonard. He thought he got fouled. Got the H&R Block halftime report coming up with Sage, Doug, and Jalen. As Green drives inside and Rush to finish. 5th assist for Draymond Green, and it's a 6-point game.
What a passer he is. Running pick and roll with your power forward handling the ball.
6th in the NBA in assists per game. Shot clock is off. Parker. Aldridge. Rebound Green, and the first half comes to an end. The lowest scoring first half of the season for Golden State, thanks to the defense of San Antonio, holding Steph Curry to 2 of 10 shooting. Klay Thompson, who had 39 last night, just 3 of 9. Sensational defense from San Antonio. Pretty good defense as well from Golden State. H&R Block halftime reports coming up next. 43-37 after 2 quarters. Spurs by 6. Stay tuned for the halftime report after these messages.
NBA Saturday Prime. Welcome to the H&R Block halftime report.
Okay.
And welcome to our Los Angeles studios. Doug Collins, Jalen Rose, Sage Steele, intently, closely watching this first half of basketball. And despite the half not going as Golden State would like, they're only down 6 in San Antonio. Doug, we found out right before tip that Tim Duncan would not start. He'd come off the bench. Boris Diaw starting. Why and what effect did it have?
Well, with no Andrew Bogut, it's a very tough matchup for Tim Duncan to have to play against either a Harrison Barnes or Draymond Green. So they went with Boris Diaw, and they said, we're going to play through the post. Boris is a very good low post player. He's also a very good passer. So they have controlled the pace of the game by going into the post, either posting up Diaw. Here he steps out on the mid-range, pulls up and knocks down the little shot. He's 3 for 3. Once again, he's got a great feel. He loves to pass. Got that big body, sort of wallers in there, lays the ball in the basket. And this time, a nice pass to LaMarcus Aldridge. So they've done a nice job. Remember the first time they played, I said the pace of the game, it was the fastest pace that the Spurs had played all year long. Yep. They wanted it into a half court. That's where they've gotten. That's why they have a lead right now.
Spurs front court, 30 points starters. Golden State Warriors starting front court, 13 points. This is where you miss Bogut. You miss Azili for the rim protection. You also miss Andre Iguodala. But you have to defend the 3 if you're going to beat the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, 55% of his shot attempts are from 3. Klay Thompson, 47% of his field goal attempts are from 3. You have to get out, suffocate the 3-point line. Of course, they're going to make a lot of contested shots, but that doesn't mean you can't get out there and put your hand up. And the Spurs are doing a really good job of that, forcing some low percentage plays by the Golden State Warriors, which are somewhat uncharacteristic.
1 of 14 from 3 in the first half, Doug.
Well, we always talk about when you play the Golden State Warriors, you better limit the differential at that 3-point line. They win on an average by 16 points a game at the three-point line. Tonight, they're -6. The first game when they won, they were +18.
Jalen, LaMarcus Aldridge, he had a season low in 2 years, 5 points, 3 boards in the first matchup. He's got 12 points in the first half with 6 rebounds. What is the biggest difference?
Being aggressive. And also, in a league that has become so homogenous with many teams actually emulating the Spurs and wanting to surround the three-point line with shooters, I appreciate seeing players mix up their games. You see LaMarcus, who can play facing, still plays with his back to the basket. Kawhi, who can shoot the three, second in three-point percentage in the entire league. Still posts, still drives, still mixes up his game.
You know, and Sage, interesting enough, I think LaMarcus Aldridge really got a little more comfortable that 9 games that Duncan missed. With him being out, I think he really found his rhythm, and he's taken off since then.
And it really began after that blowout loss in Oakland. And since then, as you put on the pregame show, he has been much better. Cavs and Heat in Miami. This game, maybe not the result you expected. We got highlights next.
H&R Block Halftime Report.
As promised, highlights from Miami. And the Heat are blowing out Cleveland. Dwayne Wade here gets his 20,000th point, Jalen.
Pat Riley, the ultimate pulpit master. LeBron James returns to Miami. 0-3 in a DNP.
Not that anybody's counting. Dwayne Wade, by the way, with 24 points as Miami looks to be taking care of business here. But look at the standings here, guys. Miami, Atlanta, Charlotte, all jumbled up there, that 3, 4, 5 spot. What do you expect?
I love 1 and 4. I tell you, Cavs, Heat, second round.
Yes,
that's what I want to see.
Mandarin Oriental, downtown Miami. Is that where we're going to be?
Giving people what they want.
Finals. We shall see. Who wouldn't love to see that matchup once again? To Indy real quick, Pacers hosting the Thunder. Kevin Durant, yes, he had 33, 13 rebounds, 8 assists as the Thunder escape Indianapolis by a 4-point margin. LaMarcus Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard leading the way in San Antonio. The Spurs trying to go to 35-0 at home to start the season. Enjoy the second half.
The H&R Block Halftime Report, brought to you by H&R Block. This presentation of NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by La Quinta, will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Welcome back to NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by La Quinta. Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors with their lowest scoring first half of the season. They've made it so difficult. San Antonio's defense on Curry, who's just 2 of 10 from the field, 7 points. As his team trailing by 6. First half stats brought to you by Expedia. Just 37%. Now they averaged 13 threes made a game, Golden State. Just 1 of 14 from the field. One of the reasons, though, why it's still pretty close, 11 turnovers for San Antonio. And hi again, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Mike Green on hand. We'll check in with Lisa Salters in just a moment. In terms of pace, it was almost perfect for San Antonio.
Well, they obviously posted the ball a lot more to slow and grind the game to a halt, and then defensively, they did an outstanding job. Knowing all that, I think San Antonio is fully aware that some of the shots that the Warriors missed could easily go down here in the second half.
Well, what did you see? What impressed you the most about what San Antonio did defensively?
Well, they paid attention to detail defensively, and Pop gave them a chance with the strategy, but you got to execute it also. Give me a chance to see if it works, and you can tell it worked. Active double team of Curry, forcing him to get rid of the basketball. You talk about the pickup point. When he does go by, you get back into the picture with a contest. Communicating, switching, get to his body, run him off the spot, contest, active hands. Again, pick up point, frustrate him, force him to get rid of the basketball. When the screens come, switch, be active, deny him the basketball. Again, this is just picture-perfect defense. If you're the Spurs, you can't get any better. Handing them off. Now you're asking a big man to do it. Now Tony Parker, late in his career on the back 9. But look at the pursuit. Look at the passion in which he's going about defending the MVP of the league. It does not get any better. If you're Coach Popovich, you bottle this first half defense and you say, yes, we can do it individually and collectively.
You see the 0 for 6 from three-point range. 138 consecutive, but it's a long way to go in this one. as we're set to start the third. But before, let's check in with Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, as you've already said, it's the lowest scoring half for the Warriors this season, and they're only down by 6. Just talked to Steve Kerr, and he said, given the way we've shot so far tonight, he said, I'm thrilled to be in this position. He said, so far our defense has been good. We have competed like crazy. He said, but, we've just got to start making shots. And he said, particularly, we've got to get better shots in the second half. Mike?
Yeah, you see that number 37 on the board. That's often how many they score in the first quarter. Green misses. He thought he was hit. Leonard was right there to defend. Kawhi Leonard is having a fabulous game at both ends of the floor. Has 12 points and great defense. Parker gets it, kicks it out for Danny Green, steps back for 3. And Barnes the rebound. Barnes 0 for 4, Curry 2 for 10, Thompson 3 for 9. Just 36% shooting for the best team in the NBA shooting-wise, and in many other ways. Ball knocked out of bounds. They don't like the call. It'll stay there with 12 on the shot clock. Curry. Leonard forces him baseline. Curry kicks it out. Barnes up top. Green sets himself and knocks down that 3. Just their second three-pointer, but it has them within 3.
But again, you got to be willing to give up something. And Draymond Green or Harrison Barnes, anybody not named Thompson or Curry, the Spurs are daring them to beat them from the three-point line.
Boris Diaw, who got the start. Tim Duncan coming off the bench, if you're just tuning in. Just the 3rd time this season. For Diaw to start as Leonard hits the 3. And for Duncan, just the 3rd time in his career he's come off the bench. Leonard now with 15. What an improved perimeter shooter Kawhi Leonard is. Curry to Barnes. Back out Green. Green fakes, strides, and flushes. Draymond Green now with 11 points.
And if you're Draymond Green, you have to embrace it. They're daring me to make plays. Well, this is your moment. And I guarantee you this, he's not afraid of the lights.
No. Leonard to Parker. Parker, nice fake, gets it inside. Ball poked away and stolen by Thompson. Green again. Largest lead of the game was 11. Diaw across the lane, flips it up, bounce, bounce in. Curry looking. Sets, finds some room, too strong. Stays a 6-point game. Kawhi Leonard. Parker from the corner. That's good. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he's got a good percentage at 41%. Brandon Rush, who got the start with Bogut out. Barnes connects. First field goal and first points for Harrison Barnes. And they've hit a couple of threes here already here in the 3rd after only one the entire first half. Leonard steps back. Warriors trying to get the pace up. Curry fouled. No basket. I want to go back to a play in the first half that we criticized the call. Curry wants a continuation. On this particular play, Ben Taylor called a foul on Parker and then gave Curry 3 free throws. But according to the rules, since Livingston was pushed into Curry, who was in the act of shooting, Curry receives the free throws. The shot went in. Livingston would have taken 1 free throw. But since it didn't go in, Curry then goes to the free throw line. And the call, according to the rule book, was correct, and we were wrong.
Well, it's not the rule book. It's the case book, where they can make up stuff and put it, no, they can't. And by the way, Mike, I've been watching this for 20-some years, and it's in there, but I have never seen that called before. And Bob Delaney says, who is, what's he, a VP of everything at the NBA? says to say my bad, and I'm saying my bad to General Ben Taylor, because from an officiating standpoint, he got it right.
I'm not saying my bad, because your 20 years plus my whatever amount of years, if a guy runs through a screen and a guy shoots a shot, I haven't seen in all these years that guy get 2 or 3 shots.
I would say it probably rarely happens that way, where it was that pronounced, where he pushes him right into the shooter. As Curry has it, Thompson, quick catch and shoot. And you see a little different pace here to start the third quarter. It's picked up a little bit, and that's certainly the Golden State's liking. And Aldridge is fouled. They were 1 for 14 from 3. They're 3 from 5 from 3 here in the third.
You're talking about a guy, and being an all-time great shooter in Curry, with a sidekick that's in the discussion with anybody that shot the basketball. Klay Thompson is that great of a shooter.
Aldridge to the line, Green's first foul. I remember a couple of years ago, Mark said on the air that he thought Steph Curry and Klay Thompson could be the best shooting backcourt in the history of the league, and we laughed at him and made fun of him.
No, he said that when he was coaching. He said, not they may be. He said unequivocally they are. People said too soon to say it. Mocked you in some regards that you were overhyping your 2 guys, and now it's not even a question.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it, but that was an easy call. Watching those guys every single day, it was an easy call. It's not even a debate.
Taking the humble route now. Thompson, short. Green the rebound. They have been sensational shooting the ball once again this year, those 2. And an offensive foul. Leonard trying to post up Curry. Will pick up his second.
I'm not saying my bad on this one. This is how it always is officiated, where the smaller guys get away with whatever. That is not a foul on Kawhi Leonard. He has every right to post like that. But the little guys always get the benefit of the doubt in the low post. They can do whatever they want down there to bigger men.
Leonard drives in and out. Holding the ball high with those huge hands. And Curry fouled by Parker, who picks up his third.
Kawhi Leonard has not gotten the benefit of the doubt, not only in this game, but in most games I watch, on contact that most guys of his level of play are able to generate.
And the case book tells me that those guys get those calls.
He's the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year, who's also added to his offensive game.
And the case book also tells you that the men who were stars deserve those calls.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, presented by LaKeith.
Golden State Warriors trailing by 5 as they try and have the best regular season in NBA history right now, ahead of pace with Chicago. They've got to go 11-3 to break the record. 10-4 would tie the record. Curry's pass deflected by Aldridge out of bounds. Still Warrior ball, 10 to shoot.
Good job, active hands. You're talking about not allowing him seams to make plays, whether it be shooting or passing, and Aldridge with the active hands.
Curry, there's the double team again. Aldridge picks him up. Shot clock winding down. Curry left-handed, flips it up and in. Gorgeous offhand from Curry, and it's back to 3.
But coach is right. He's got to look to turn the corner and be a scorer, and then allow the play to develop out of that.
Every time they switch LaMarcus Aldridge onto him, he should back up and go by him to the basket.
Leonard's pass deflected by Barnes. Aldridge comes up with it, but can't hold on. Ahead to Barnes. Barnes goes at Diaw. Shot misses. Aldridge 16 points to lead all scores. Lost it again. Ball slipped out of his hands a couple of times. And that's turnover number 15 for the Spurs.
And the Spurs are normally a low turnover team.
Again, they had 26 in the first game in Oakland back in January. Barnes finds its way to Thompson. Green tips it out to Rush. Curry again now with Aldridge on him. Curry from three. Oh, it's good. With Aldridge right on him, and that's the first three-pointer of the game for Steph Curry. Now 139 consecutive. Leonard. Green with 5 to shoot. Parker from the corner puts it in. Tony Parker nails another three.
The Warriors upset, felt like Kawhi Leonard got away with a traveling violation off of that attempted pass out of the post.
Parker 6 points. Curry to the basket. Blocked by Green. Aldridge hammered by Green. Danny Green with a block at one end. And now free throws for San Antonio at this end.
Well, Curry did a good job of driving by. And there was a lot of contact after the shot. Now, Mike, I know you carry your rule book and case book. What is the interpretation after the block? Can you come down on somebody and body slam them?
Once the player, the key is once the player returns to normal floor position.
So that's fine.
Well, he did come back down to floor position.
But I got a
So
problem.
you can do anything to a guy. I don't understand.
The funny thing is this guy pulled out his rule book.
No, but
Here's the
stuff I
case
don't
book.
understand.
But the problem I would argue against you wouldn't want that same play if Danny Green stepped in and took a charge as the ball was released.
A whistle and a foul, and Greg Popovich is red hot as Leonard has picked up his third personal.
You see how the little pick and roll with Steph Curry setting the screen. That's not a foul. That's not a foul at all. That's just quality defense.
I'm telling you, Kawhi Leonard's going to have to start going at officials on some of this. Because him being a good guy and a quiet guy is not getting him the benefit of the doubt on some of these calls.
Barbosa hits the three, and it's a two-point game. Leonard's second foul was also dubious. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining here in the third. It's been a grinded-out defensive game. David West is on for San Antonio with Mills. Ball deflected by Curry. 8 to shoot for the Spurs. Steph Curry just 4 of 14 from the field, 1 of 8 from downtown. But he's starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm as Livingston comes in. Brandon Rush will take a seat. Aldridge, 18 points, 9 rebounds for Aldridge. Green guarding him. What a tough shot that is.
What great defense.
Leonard gets the rebound. Back out Ginobili. Puts it in. Ginobili's third three of the night. The lead back up to 5. Green has Patty Mills on him, trying to punish him down low. Good help defense. Barbosa misses badly. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Curry.
Well, Ginobili's range shooting has been up and down, but tonight it's been absolutely pure.
I tell you what, this is just playoff basketball. This is a great game with high intensity.
They call that foul on McAdoo, not Curry. Aldridge punishing him down low again. He's got 20 points on 8 of 15 from the field.
And Coach talked about great defense the last time by Draymond Green. That's great offense by Aldridge. Got to his spot, demanding the basketball in the paint area in a big-time post.
Livingston. Ginobili well defended. Green. Shot clock winding down. Barbosa just gets it off in time and knocks it down. That was very close to being a 24-second violation. They're going to look at it at the next timeout. Barbosa 2 for 4 from downtown. Patty Mills to Aldridge, who misses badly, and Barbosa the rebound. Barbosa draws the foul, nearly banks it in. And he'll shoot free throws to try and get Golden State within 2.
Marcus Aldridge, this is what you have to do. A smaller lineup, get the basketball in the paint. Grown man move by Aldridge.
Sage Steele with tonight's studio update brought to you by Sport Clips. It's the Clippers at the Grizzlies, 4-5 in the West battling Chris Paul. A step back, Jay, 2 of his 19. It's 91-88 Memphis right now, Mike.
Memphis showing a lot of grit, Sage, hanging in there in the 5th spot. Meanwhile, Golden State and San Antonio, Tony Parker was saying before the game, hey, we still have hopes of trying to catch them. Now, 4 games with 14 to play is difficult, but they still play each other 2 more times after this game. And if San Antonio happen to win all 3, they're right there for the best record.
Well, you're right there, but you need help. Warriors is awfully tough to see them losing 4 games the rest of the way, as good as they've been all year.
You see the Spurs, not only are they 34-0 at home this season, they won their last 9 games last year in the regular season, so they've got a 43-game home winning streak. Of course, the Warriors undefeated at home. They're 32-0 at home this season and 50 consecutive. No team ever in the history of the NBA has ever gone undefeated at home during the season. The best with the Celtics team of 85-86. They were 40-1. And both of these teams have a chance to do it in the same season.
They just tried to take a foul. David West grabbed John Michael McAdoo trying to take a foul with the ball. They called it a blown whistle, but it would have been an offensive foul. Eric Lewis
calling it an inadvertent whistle now.
Yeah, but he saw the contact. They want to foul McAdoo at the other end of the floor.
Ginobili to West. Shot clock at 5. David West, pull-up shot. Won't go. Rebound Aldridge. Back up. Board deflected by Ginobili. Mills for 3. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Golden State. Aldridge battling down low. He's got 10 boards. Leonard has 10 boards. Barbosa on Aldridge. Good help defense from Livingston. Ginobili. Ginobili steps back. Pass inside. Stolen by Curry.
Great defense.
Curry 5th in the NBA in steals. Behind the back. Down the lane. And a ball kicked. Golden State will take it out, trailing by 2. They briefly had a 3-point lead earlier in the first half. Warriors actually led by 1 after the first quarter, but they've trailed by as many as 11.
And Steve Kerr, understanding they were going to foul McAdoo intentionally, inserts Mo Spates in the ballgame.
I cannot believe that they would have committed an offensive foul trying to foul McAdoo. That's so funny.
Curry drives on Anderson, kicks it out. Green, corner 3. Air ball. Ginobili behind the back to West. West muscles his way in. Shot misses. Rebound tipped by Spates to Curry. And Curry fouled by Ginobili.
And as West misses that shot, very interestingly, first big off the bench in this half, not Tim Duncan, but David West.
Duncan has only played 8 minutes. Now, he has sat out some games this year with a sore knee. As Curry would go to the free throw line. Curry, a great free throw shooter, second in the NBA. Where does Super Bowl MVP Von Miller, Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown, and quarterback legend Doug Flutie compete again? Just part of the star power on this season of Dancing with the Stars, premiering Monday at 8/7 Central, live on ABC. How much do we need to give you to do that, Jeff?
Come on.
Mark, don't you think that
Sometimes it's a wrap, Mike.
Golden State has tied the game at the free throw line here in the final minute of the third. Ginobili fouled by Spates. They can call it before the shot. 14 foul. Spates with his second. Eight to shoot. Mills being chased by Curry. Mills, that was intended for West, finds its way to Ginobili, whose three-pointer is short. Rebound tipped and taken by Curry.
Mike, these are great defensive sequences.
That was close to a backcourt.
And a smart play by Green, but these are great defensive sequences by the Warriors right now.
And we talk about both these teams, two best shooting teams in the NBA, but their defense all season long has been sensational as Draymond Green turns it over. That's their first turnover of the third quarter. 10.9 to shoot for the Spurs. Danny Green's going to come in. Anderson sits back down. Patty Mills, 4 seconds. Boris Diaw, 2 seconds. Diaw on the drive. Does not get it off in time. It will not count. And the third quarter comes to an end. One of the best regular season matchups in the history of the NBA is tied after 3. This presentation of NBA Saturday Primetime continues after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Welcome back to San Antonio. Pop, it's a tie ball game. What have you liked and not liked about what you've seen so far?
Too many turnovers, but I think we've got a decent pace.
Going into the fourth quarter, what do you think is going to be the difference down the stretch?
Just trying to handle Curry and Thompson.
All right, thank you for your time. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Well, the pace in that third quarter certainly changed a bit and more in favor of Golden State as they scored 28 points in the period. Patty Mills misses.
I mean, how many games have they had this year where they haven't scored 30 points in a quarter? Even though they scored 28, I think the defense was still outstanding by San Antonio.
Mo Spates knocks down the jumper, and Golden State with their first lead since the opening minutes of the second period, coming back from 11 down to take the lead.
The weapon of the posting ability of Sean Livingston, making plays out of it.
Danny Green trying to find some room. 7 on the 24. Green for 3. Barbosa runs it down. Barbosa, offensive foul as he bumped into Patty Mills. Second foul on Barbosa.
You know, Mike, we fall in love with the offense of the Warriors, but don't give them enough credit how outstanding they are defensively. Because they struggled offensively and their quality on the defensive end, it has given them a chance to take the lead in this ball.
In a game they've shot under 40% most of the way. Boris Diaw muscles his way in there.
And going back to that matchup, which has been so good to them, they've got to keep pounding it to Diaw against Harrison Barnes.
Diaw has not missed a shot now in double figures. Klay Thompson off the dribble, drives on West, pass inside to Spates. Spates rushed it. Green, bad pass. Barbosa tried to deflect it. And still San Antonio ball.
Spurs got off to a great start posting Diaw. May not be capable of big minutes, but the more he's on the floor tonight, the more they're able to get the best combination of passing, shooting, and post play.
Over-aggressive is Klay Thompson on his defense. Picks up his second. Diaw in his third start of the season. Again, Duncan has only played 8 minutes. Yeah, whatever role he has played for these Spurs, he's done such an excellent job. His 5th year now in San Antonio. Shot clock at 5. Mills racing to the basket. Kicks it back out. Green blocked by Livingston. And a 24-second violation.
Like, the game has changed so much defensively in the last 5 years. How many teams and how much switching is going on? Over and over in that sequence, Golden State traded off players, and finally Livingston gets the block and the shot clock violation.
We talk all the time about teams defensively making multiple efforts on a possession. We've seen that time and time again tonight.
From both teams.
A foul on the entry pass. Ginobili his 3rd. First team foul against San Antonio.
And the advantage of having, you look at the Warriors out on the floor. Barbosa playing the point. Everywhere else, their size. It's 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" across the board. So the ability to switch.
Spates misses. Diaw. Green finds Ginobili, and Livingston called for the reach-in. First on Livingston, second team foul.
And when you switch a lot, you have to have players that can beat guys off the dribble. And right now, San Antonio, other than Ginobili, doesn't have anybody that can put the ball down on the floor and get by his own man.
And Clark will check in. Barbosa goes to the bench. Ginobili comes out. And Martin returns. Martin only played 2 minutes in that first half. Again, just his 5th game with the Spurs, as Clark immediately called for a foul. That's 3 team fouls already now for Golden State.
This is where I think Kevin Martin, if he can defend enough and have the right matchup, he knows how to get to the free throw line, create contact. I think he can help them on the offensive end.
Martin was with Minnesota. They bought out his contract, signed the free agent deal with San Antonio. Has been a big scorer in this league and can get to the free throw line. Danny Green, shot clock winding down. Nice clutch shot. Can't get it to go, though. Little double clutch there as Livingston comes the other way. Thompson posting up the much smaller Patty Mills. Gets in the paint and finishes.
Good patience by Livingston, allowing Thompson to post up. And I love what Thompson did. Utilize his strength and his size to get to his spot.
Back to Diaw. Barnes trying to hold him off. Diaw kicks it back out. Danny Green drives. Scoop layup, misses. Rebound Green, he banks in the foul. Spates thought he was pushed as Green took advantage, and we're tied again.
But that's not Danny Green's game, trying to consistently beat people off the dribble.
And a timeout called with 8:29 remaining in the 4th in a tie game.
Shaun Livingston playing the point guard position like it's supposed to be played. Recognizes the mismatch, gives Klay Thompson the basketball and says, do you, my friend, Thompson. Big time post play. Mama call him Klay, Mama call him Klay.
Upcoming national TV game sponsored by PlayStation View. NBA TV tomorrow. Knicks host the Kings. TNT, a special Tuesday doubleheader. Rockets and Thunder. Grizzlies and Lakers. And then ESPN Wednesday, Knicks and Bulls, Clippers, and the Warriors. Let's listen to the coaches in recent huddles.
Everybody got to relax and slow down. Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right? Half court, you guys are doing great. Transition is what I'm worried about. We got to get back to that. Love the way you guys are flying to the ball. The shots are going to go. Activity and energy. Stay with it. You guys are trying to fight their pressure by going into it. Let's go away from their pressure, right?
Thompson misses. These two coaches battling as much as the players for Steve Kerr. So influenced by Greg Popovich, having played here a couple of stints, winning a couple of championships with the Spurs. Diaw to Aldridge. Barnes the rebound.
But those are shots that Aldridge has got to take. I thought he turned down the last one he had that same spot. They brought him here because of his ability to knock those shots down.
And he's been aggressive most of the game, certainly early on. And as we mentioned, Tim Duncan's only played 8 minutes. Don't know if it has anything to do with injury problems or just rest. And a loose ball foul called against San Antonio. Certainly matchups play a part of it as well, as he came off the bench and has only played 8 minutes. Martin sits down, Parker back in. Leonard picked up his 4th foul.
The Spurs have gotten away with putting smaller guys on Klay Thompson. If I'm Klay Thompson, get to your spot and get the basketball. He's too skilled offensively to allow that to take place.
Curry stays on the bench right now for Golden State. Varejao, Thompson, Green, Clark, and Barnes. Thompson. Varejao passes up an open shot. Shot clock down low. Gets the feed, and Barnes the finish. And Golden State back up by 2.
What a play by Varejao. Understanding who he is. He's not a knockdown shooter. Turns it down and makes the proper play.
Off the dribble, left-hand pass. That's a thing of beauty right there.
Just his 14th game after his trade to Portland. They waved him and picked up by Golden State. Parker inside, finds Aldridge. Aldridge wide open, knocks it down. Beautiful feed from Parker. Instead of what we thought might be a shootout, it's turned into a slugfest. They are really going at it back and forth.
The Spurs playing with 2 point guards in Mills and Parker. You see the pick and roll action and a tremendous find by Parker to Aldridge.
Warriors bench thought it was a travel. Varejao inside, can't get it to fall. Diaw the rebound. 6.5 remaining. All tied at 71. Aldridge down low, an easy 2.
Second time that they've ducked in LaMarcus Aldridge with the ball above the free throw line. That's how you get better depth than just coming down and posting a guy 1 step off the block.
Klay Thompson. Stolen by Diaw. Parker calling for it. Parker inside the boards. Diaw misses the layup. Gets it back again and puts it in.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC.
Welcome back to NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by La Quinta. San Antonio, Texas, the 2 best teams in the NBA. 2 teams having historic seasons, especially Golden State trying to catch this record set in 95-96 by the Bulls. Bulls at this point were 60-8, so the Warriors 2 games ahead of that pace as they chase history. Nearly identical in terms of point differential. Of course, Michael Jordan won the MVP in 96. Stephen Curry's going to win it in 2016. And both have been magnificent. So now Golden State needs to go 11-3, counting this game, in the last 14 games to reach 73 wins. The game means so much when you look at San Antonio trying to stay undefeated at home. Maybe the first team to do that. And then you look at Golden State trying to chase history. And yet the race for the top spot in the West is still up for grabs.
Not really.
Well, if they win all 3 games against them.
And if you believe that's going to happen, Mike, there's a bridge to be sold to you. I mean, listen, these guys are too good to lose 3 in a row if they're playing their full complement and they're healthy.
I agree with you, but I don't think you can say not really. Both teams are that good.
Barnes that good on that 3-pointer, his second, and it's back to 1 again.
You're talking about a 4-game lead with 14 to go.
I agree with you, but I'm not going to say that it can't be done.
Well, then just say you agree with me. You don't have to qualify everything.
Aldridge jump shot too strong. And Curry, who's back in, grabs the rebound. Rush is also back on the floor for Golden State. Curry for 3. And a rebound, Parker. Steph Curry 1 of 9 from 3-point range. If you would have said that stat before the game and said Golden State's only down 1 with 5 to play, it would have been quite surprising.
And with Klay Thompson only having 1-3 as well. Shows you how good their defense is.
Aldridge catch and misses. Gets the rebound. Back up. Misses again. Leonard the rebound. Leonard has 11 boards. Aldridge has 12.
You're Aldridge. You got to demand the basketball when Harrison Barnes defending you right now.
Parker scoots inside. Blocked by Green. Knocked out of bounds, but a foul. Aldridge knocked that out of bounds, but he was held. And that's the 14th foul. So San Antonio gains possession.
And you see off the penetration, Aldridge trying to crash the offensive boards. Certainly the grab by Harrison Barnes.
4 on Barnes. Mills sits down. Danny Green back in. Diaw against Barnes. Lost the handle. And Green touched it last. Spurs have 7 to shoot. Golden State has not won a regular season game here since 1997. 32 in a row. They are scrapping here tonight. Green nearly falls down, but gets it back, fires away, and hits! Danny Green from downtown. Spurs back up by 4. Thompson, Rush, answers back, 3-pointer for Brandon Rush. And Rush doing a good job in a starting role here tonight. 10 points.
Now, Brandon Rush is a guy you don't want to live with shooting the basketball. He is an underrated shooter, proven in this league.
Curry gets up on Green. Green drives inside, left-handed, gets it to roll in.
And that looked like a travel to me.
That's what Steve Kerr is hollering at the officials about. Curry to Barnes. Leonard's on him. Throws it out of bounds. Spurs ball.
That's 3 steps to me. Steve Kerr upset.
Looked like he took the extra step. Green, meanwhile, 7 points here in the 4th quarter. And a 3-point San Antonio lead as we approach 3 minutes remaining. Offensive foul called on Aldridge. His second. As Draymond Green tried to beat him to the spot.
That's a flop. He did come up under the arm, but that is a flop.
Curry guarded by Parker. Green for 3. Too strong. Aldridge with his 13th rebound.
I can't say enough about the job that Tony Parker has done. You can play the same defense as Steph Curry has 40. So I'm not raving about that. But Tony Parker is fulfilling his assignment tonight.
Thompson deflects it out of bounds. And we'll have a timeout. 2:43 remaining 4th quarter. An undefeated season at home on the line. Spurs by 3. 2:43 remaining. Home streaks on the line. Golden State's won 50 consecutive going back to last year. Chicago had the record for a long time, the championship Bulls, and the Spurs now with 43 in a row, including 34-0 so far. And a big reason why they got a chance to extend it is their defense on Steph Curry.
It's been fabulous. And as Mark said, some of these shots are ones we are accustomed to seeing Curry making. But this is how you guard it. You keep a man on him, you switch when necessary, you close the airspace and make him try to drive it to the bucket. San Antonio has been very, very disciplined and effective.
In the first meeting between the two, Curry had 37. And that's the most points anyone scored against the Spurs this season. Leonard gets it back, shot, and a foul. Green blocked it, a little bit of a late whistle, but Danny Crawford calls the foul on Draymond Green, his third.
Good execution. This is designed out of the timeout by Popovich. A slash off of the big man. That's clearly contact.
Yeah, and that's not verticality. Draymond Green's coming to the basket, not jumping up vertical.
Leonard has become a terrific free throw shooter, 88%. He's now 5 for 5 tonight. 16 points, 11 rebounds, and his usual sensational defense.
And that play out of the timeout is set up for him to go backdoor. Good job by Livingston making him go over the top, but an excellent pass by Diaw hitting him late.
5-point game with 2.5 to play. Curry immediately met by a help defender. Thompson drives, layup, banks it in.
I think Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have to keep, I mean, if they're going to take away your three-point shot, you have too much skill just to try to play behind the three-point line. Drive that thing to the basket.
Leonard posting up Thompson, quick move, layup, misses, gets his rebound, back out to Diaw. Danny Green, and they'll reset as we go under 2 minutes remaining. Aldridge calling for it. Aldridge across the lane, stops, shoots, and hits. 26 for Aldridge. Thompson pulls back out. 7 to shoot. Thompson on the drive again. Whips it around to Barnes. Barnes for 3. Draymond Green had it, lost it, picked up by Parker. And Parker will bring it back out. 5-point game with 1:10 remaining.
I'm going back to Aldridge if I'm the Spurs.
Aldridge trying to get position. Barnes on him. 3 to shoot. Aldridge turns. Won't go. Rebound Green, and he's fouled by Diaw. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. So Golden State will take it out down 5 and 58.4 left.
You got to give Harrison Barnes credit. They went back to Aldridge, but he did his job. The same defense that would be played by a big man.
Here's Curry, just 1 3-pointer on the night. 1 of 9. Fires away. Leonard the rebound. Leonard double team to Green. They're on their feet here in San Antonio. Parker. Leonard the rebound. And a foul. Kawhi Leonard, 17 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. And great defense. The lead remains 5 off the missed free throw. Golden State here in the fourth quarter, only 14 points in the period. Only 79 for the game. Steve Kerr calls timeout. Warriors ball with 22.8 remaining. They're down 6. Well, the guys are here in the building tonight immediately following the NCAA Wrestling Championship matches. ESPN brings you SportsCenter on the road from San Antonio. Full coverage of the men's and women's NCAA tournament, as well as complete post-game coverage of the Spurs and the Warriors. All coming up next. Meanwhile, 22.8 seconds remaining. Warriors with their lowest point total of the season. And you see what they're shooting, 9 of 33 from three-point range. And again, only 14 points here in the fourth quarter. It has been one of the best defensive performances we've seen in the NBA this season. What San Antonio has done as a team here tonight. Thompson, quick three-pointer way off. Rebound Livingston. Back up to Thompson, to Green. Curry fakes, puts up the three. Won't go. Diaw the rebound, and he's fouled. Curry now 1 for 11 from three-point range. And they are starting to celebrate here at the AT&T Center.
What a great win. I point directly to the decision by Pop to make adjustments. I remember Avery Johnson made adjustments in the playoffs, was killed for it. Pop makes adjustments, and it works. Give credit to Tim Duncan. I'm here if you need me. If you don't, let's get this win. Engaged and involved on that bench.
Great win for the Spurs. I think an outstanding loss for the Warriors. I think the way they shot it and the way they found a way to hang in there speaks very highly of who they are as a team.
Thompson trying. Finds over to Barnes. Final seconds. Barnes jumper. Rebound Curry. Curry puts it up. Won't go. And the San Antonio Spurs with a brilliant defensive performance to defeat the Golden State Warriors. Lowest point total of the season for Golden State. And the Spurs' perfect record at home continues. And the hope for a perfect record for the season still alive. Now 35-0 this season, 44 straight going back to last year. And Golden State loses for the 33rd consecutive regular season visit here to San Antonio. Let's go to Lisa.
Thank you, Mike. LaMarcus, a much different game for you than the first time you played them. 26 points. What was the difference for you tonight?
Just being confident, I think earlier in the year, I was trying to find my way. I think now I'm just more comfortable now.
Greg Popovich told me at the end of the third quarter, he said the difference in the fourth is going to be stopping Klay Thompson and Curry. Curry had 0 points in the fourth. Klay only had 4. What were you guys doing to them defensively?
Just trying to be up on the screens, They're both great shooters. I thought Tony Parker, Kawhi, DG, they all played great tonight.
What does it say about Tim Duncan? He's not the best player on the team anymore, but still the face of this franchise. That he took his role tonight, sat on the bench, didn't complain about it. What does that say about him and this team?
Hall of Famer. He's about winning. He's led this team and this, organization, for years and years, and he was positive over there for us.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win.
Oh, thank you.
Mike?
He had 5 points, 3 rebounds in the first matchup, 26 of 13 here tonight. As San Antonio hands Golden State just their 7th loss of the season. What a turnaround for Aldridge. A reminder, the NCAA Women's Championship continues Sunday at noon Eastern on ESPN2 with second-round games, West Virginia, Ohio State, or Albany against Syracuse. All tournament games streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. They'll play 2 more times, April 7th and April 10th. Tonight, though, it belonged to the San Antonio Spurs as they stay perfect at home. Final score, the Spurs 87 and the Warriors 79. For Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Lisa Salters, our producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, and our outstanding ABC crew, Mike Bryant saying thanks so much for watching here on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.